Hey yo, what's up guys? How you doing? It is me, Canon Mikho, aka Ocean Crash. How y'all doing today? I'm doing good. I've got a lot of topics of discussion planned for the next few before we works, and I also have decided I'm gonna move over a lot of my videos. I'm not move over, but I'm gonna start transitioning over my videos onto another channel. The last two videos I released on this channel got 1 view, and it's like I'm getting like no coverage. Like, don't get me wrong, I'm not making videos for views, but it's like, I don't know, I just don't want to see myself with like 2,000 videos in the future and only like 10 views each one. I mean, I do it because I love making videos, but I also just want like some coverage. Like, I want the videos to actually be doing something. I don't want them just to be sitting there like a private channel. But yeah, so anyways, yeah, I'm going to talk to you guys about sleep, energy, and motivation. Today, that's a topic of discussion for before we work. A huge discussion, a huge topic that has been trending for some time now, and I may have touched upon it in previous videos. But basically, what I mean by sleep, energy, and motivation is waking up early, getting your shit done, maintaining that energy, and getting motivation to do what you really want to do. Now, I think it's not rocket science for us to know that if you wake up, at least for me, this is true. If you wake up early, or if you don't get enough hours of sleep, say you get like 4 or 5 hours of sleep, 6 hours of sleep, your energy levels tank, your motivation tanks. It's kind of like the sacrifices of sleeping less. You know, you wake up early, but you're not going to feel the same. It's factually, unless you're some anomaly, you know. If that's the case, then no one would sleep 8 hours, or, you know, everyone would sleep, 2 hours, 3 hours, 4 hours, because there's no, repercussions to it. But the whole entire sacrifice doesn't really come with, it doesn't really come with not sleeping, but it's really just the hours, and it comes from the change in sleep schedule. So your body kind of takes a tank on energy and motivation from the shift in sleep levels. You kind of have this like huge uphill hike to kind of like get your body to be like, all right, we have to set a new norm for our sleep schedule. If we're trying to switch or shift from a 8-hour sleep schedule like we usually have to a 6-hour or a 5-hour because we're opening up a business, or we're working night shifts or whatever it is, then your body has this adjustment period, this uphill climb, and it varies per person. And that's when you get this huge tank in energy and motivation, and then once you consistently get 6 hours of sleep, you can't shift back and forth, because then you're confusing your brain. You'll get headaches, you'll get migraines, all that fun stuff. But once you keep it going for like a couple of days, your body will start to adjust to the new sleep hours, and your body won't be as healthy as it should be, or energized or motivated, or have enough energy or enough rest time. So what will happen is your body will adjust to that sleep schedule, and the repercussions of sleeping 6 hours won't be as severe as if you just started. I'm forgetting the name of the cycle, but there's a cycle when your body is in oh man, I'm forgetting the name of it and it's killing me. But when you wake up outside of your REM cycle, there's a term for it. And basically, your brain still wants to sleep. Okay, even when you're tired, you always want. If you do plan on waking up any time of the day with or without an alarm, I highly recommend you download a sleep assistant, and you set an alarm with your sleep assistant, because what sleep assistants do, it monitors either your breathing or your body movement. There are some, they have pads you can sit on your bed, underneath your pillow, or you can put it next to your on your nightstand. And what it does, it monitors your breathing, and it'll determine where you are in your sleep cycle based on your sleeping. There's deep REM, there's stages of REM. There's light, medium, deep REM. That might not be the actual terminology, but I know deep REM is one of them. It's in deep sleep. And what that alarm clock does, it allows you to wake up without interrupting your REM cycle. It prevents your body from starting a new REM cycle. So say I want to wake up 9 a.m. A cycle will start and finish between a 30-minute window. So what you'll do is you'll say, hey, I want to wake up at 9:30. So what it'll do is it'll say, we'll wake you up anywhere from 9:15 to 9:30. And to determine, 9 a.m. to 9:30 a.m. to determine where you are in your sleep cycle, because your sleep cycle could end at 9:21, or it could end at 9:18, or it could end at 9:25. So it'll determine there, so your body doesn't start a new sleep cycle, a REM cycle, because if it does do that, then when the alarm goes off, you'll be more in a in Assyrian we call it gijana, or like a drunken stupor. Like your body will be like, oh, we were about to go to sleep again. What's going on? My brain was ready to go back to sleep. So highly recommend you do that. Download that app. It helped me a lot. And it also determines your sleep quality based on your sleep and breathing and movement patterns. If you're in your REM cycle and you're breathing deeply, or if you're breathing a lot or in specific patterns, or if you're moving a lot, the app is able to determine based off studies how your sleep quality is. And don't get me wrong, I don't know how accurate these apps are. I know everyone uses them. I know they have great ratings on the App Store. I don't know the science behind it. So if any of you know much of it, but I highly recommend it, because the reason why I'm talking about all of this stuff is because it really does help with the sleep you're getting. Now, I'm a huge advocate for waking up super early. As I mentioned to you guys before, there's that huge Marine, and I was talking to our Navy SEAL. I was talking to one of my friends about him, and I forgot his name. But he kind of started this trend of the military waking up at 4:30 a.m. type of thing. I'll lift my monitor up a little bit. His reasoning behind it was that you get more stuff done because you have less distractions. He talks about waking up 4 a.m. Or 3 a.m. It's one of those. But every time I look up a video online, it may not be for everyone, but I feel like it's for majority of people. For myself, I think it's probably one of the most beneficial things ever, to be honest with you. I don't think I do it enough. There are times where I'll try to wake up 4:30 a.m., but then I have events or committee meetings that are later in the day, and I'm just like, oh shit, I have to go. I'm gonna go to a meeting at 7 p.m., 8 p.m. that usually is gonna last anywhere from an hour to 3 hours, and then by the time I get home, it's like 12 o'clock, and I'm just like, oh shit, I'm obviously not gonna wake up 4:30 a.m. then. But yeah, so it's so great to get that sleep in. And Gary Vaynerchuk, if you guys know about him, he's a media personnel. He owns his own media agency, and he kind of is a motivational speaker. Talks about entrepreneurship, individualism, and kind of being a stronger and better you, motivational speaker. He was asked one time on a podcast, on an interview, how many hours of sleep do you get a day? Is it 3, 4, 5 hours? He's like, oh no, I get 7 to 9 hours. And they're like, wait, what? He goes I'm not worried, and he says this word for word, I'm not worried about how much sleep you get. I'm worried about what you're doing and spending your time when you're awake. There's so many, he's like, if you're sleeping 8 hours, he's like, I'm not worried about what you're doing those 8 hours or how many hours. He's like, I'm worried about what you're doing those 16 hours you're awake. He's like, that's what the real play is. And that's when we talk about energy and motivation. So if you're able to get your 8 hours in of sleep, 7 hours in of sleep, I try to get 7 to 8 hours, which usually doesn't happen. I usually get 4 to 6. But if you're able to get that sleep in, it really, you have that sleep knocked down, you have that 7 to 9 hours, that's good. Now you have to make sure you kind of can get there and kind of move and motivate yourself to kind of shift in that schedule. Now, you're talking about energy and motivational levels. What's up, guys? Sorry for the cut. Something happened and I had to end up leaving the house. But I'm back. Anyways, going back to where we left off. So sleep and motivation and energy, it's honestly, I already discussed the sleep process, and it's just all about trying to get yourself encouraged and motivated to get into the atmosphere that you're in, And I think the biggest thing is, and you'll kind of figure it out too on the next podcast that's gonna probably upload after this one, where me and my friend talk a lot about motivation. But you just have to try your best to be motivated, Now, say you put yourself in an environment where you're just like, you know what, no matter what I do, I'm just not motivated to get that work out, to get pumping, and it's just not working. Well, I mean, to be honest with you, I think you have a few options. And I think, honestly, the best thing to do is just figure out whether, like, hey, you know what, I can't focus. This just isn't for me, and I can't really, get this going, or, you've taken all the steps that you can to kind of like put yourself in the right direction of, all right, I want to be happier. I want to get paid better. I want to, get my work done. If you're in a 9-to-5 job, for example, and you're just not getting the pay that you want, well, you either find another side hustle. You're not motivated to try to get a better pay. Can't get a better pay, find another job. If you love the work but aren't happy with the job, try to start a side hustle for something you're passionate about. That's what I do on the side, and I do a lot of contract freelance marketing, and then I do YouTube on the side because it's what I have a huge passion for, and hopefully it can be a career in the future. And I mean, I think most huge content creators, if they were getting the views that I have now, they would not do YouTube. Now, I'm sure they also got my views that I have now when they started off. But yeah, then again, I'm not making popular YouTube videos like Minecraft videos, that gets me millions of views. But I digress. It's all about staying motivated with what you're doing. Now, you go to work every day. You hate it. You just go to work and you're like, I can't do this. I hate it. Then obviously the solution for you is to find another job. And people are like, oh, another job. It's like they find it as some like blasphemy. Like, you can't say another job. You can't say find another job. I honestly think there's nothing wrong with going out and just getting another job. Like, don't leave your job, but the rules. Don't leave your job. You stay in your job, but apply and interview with other jobs. Once you get an offer letter, then you quit your job. Once you get that offer letter, sign it, and it's confirmed that you have another job, that's when you say, you know what, I can actually risk going, and leaving, because I actually have the letter in my hands. So that's I think the biggest solution to most people. I think people are just afraid nowadays. They're just really honestly afraid to kind of just find another job and be happier in where they're at. You don't have to be disappointed or uncomfortable in the job that you're in. It's not the end of the world. You'll be fine. You can find another job. You can interview. You hate interviewing? That's fine. Just be yourself then. If you really dislike interviewing, then just don't force it. That's another thing I hear, or I see rather, I've experienced with, is people don't act themselves. They feel like they need to put this front on when they're interviewing, and it makes the whole process like more like arduous and like difficult and like less palpable. I don't think you have to put yourself in that situation. I think you need to be motivated, into what you're doing, and don't apply for jobs that you're not comfortable with. Do something you're happy, you love. Screw your college degree. If you got a college degree, why is your degree keeping your boundaries? Boundaries. You got a degree in accounting, but you love animals. Go work as a vet. Try to work your way up as a vet, even though you got a college degree in accounting. Do what you love, because you do what you love, you'll get paid more because you're more passionate about it. You'll work harder. You'll try to innovate. You'll try to set yourself apart. You'll strive for greatness, and you'll just do better. You'll try to even make it an entrepreneur type like field. You'll create. So that's, in terms of motivation, that's where it's at. I mean, you just have to put yourself in the right mentality. It's all about the brain. If you're not happy in your job, find another job. Not happy in your field, find another field. Don't settle for unhappiness because you only got one life to live. You got to make it work. You got anywhere from 12 to 20 hours in your day of being awake. Okay, get moving. You don't have time to spend doing stuff you don't care about, that you're not making good money because it's a lackluster job and you got a college degree in it, you know? So do what makes you happy. Do what makes you excited, because that's what's going to make you the real money. Your money comes not when you focus on money. Money comes when you focus on passion. Once you focus on passion and expertise, then you will get to where you got to go. All right? So, and this is something anyone will say. Gary Vee will say it. David Ramsey will say it. Anyone will say, do what you love. If you don't love it, then bear with it until you can get into the field that you love. I'm not telling you to drop your... I'm not telling you guys to drop your jobs and stuff. I'm telling you guys to stick it out. If you hate your job, that's fine. Keep working the job you hate until you find a job that you love. Then you say, Auf Wiedersehen, if that's goodbye. But yeah, guys, that's all I've got to say. I think I covered everything. But stay motivated. When you're motivated, you get energy, you know? You get energy, you really do. And it resonates throughout your whole entire day. You do what you love, you get energy you come home, you're more excited, you want to do more things at home, you have a happier marriage, you have a happier relationship with your family, and your friends. And it literally, what you do, think about it, you spend most of your day at work. Most of your day at work. If you hate your job, you'll come home, as we say in my language, skrida. You'll come home like not motivated, like down. And that'll resonate through your whole entire day because you worked a job. You worked 8 to 10 hours of a job that you hate. Well, you want to be excited, like, yeah, hey guys, what's up, man? Oh, I had a terrible day. It's not like that. So think about it. It's gonna spread throughout your whole entire day, and you got to find a way to kind of make yourself happy. And I honestly think that you guys know how to do this now. There's no excuse on why you guys can't do what makes you happy. Anyone. And it's all about getting the energy to do. You want to know why people are being able to run around and do 30 million things at once? It's because they love it. They love what they do. If you love what you do, you will not rest. You'll just be like a Speedy Gonzalez, You will not rest. And like, I'm the exact same way. I'm always going out. I'm driving. I'm socializing with people. I'm doing this. I'm doing YouTube. I'm working on my coffee shop. I'm doing the marketing for it. I produce music. I work on my car. I do so many things. Like I said, I love it. I love working. I love working. When I have nothing to do, I get so depressed. I have to do work. You do what you love, you'll get results. I love you guys so much. Thank you so much for tuning in to Before We Work. I think this is episode 39 or 40. This is 40. Episode 40. Yeah, guys. Yeah, I love you guys. Thank you so much for tuning in. Till later. Till next time. I love you all. Have a good day. Bye. Peace.
What is up, guys? It is your boy Canon, Mikho, aka Ocean Crash, and just cut to the items.